Hello and welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. This is going to be my, overview / review of the new Horus Heresy book, the Mechanicum Taghmata army list. Previously, if you wanted to have all the rules and some of the fluff and things to do with Mechanicum, you'd have to have purchased 2 or 3 of the black Horus Heresy books that set you back about £70 each, something like that. So what Forgeworld have done recently, and to update the rules and things, is they've brought out a singular volume that has all of those in there. It is a slight shame that that they didn't include the new Mechanicum Knight Titan, the Atrapos, I think that's what it's called, in this, because that's just come out, or it's coming out tomorrow. Today's Thursday the 22nd, if you must know, and it's a shame that they didn't include that in here. I'm sure it'll be in book 6. If you want a full in-depth review and a video that I definitely recommend, if you don't already know him, go check out Winter's SEO. He's got a lovely in-depth review of this, lasts about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that, where he compares it to his Skitari and AdMech books. So I'd thoroughly recommend you do that. If it wasn't for that video, I probably wouldn't have purchased this, but obviously me getting a Warlord Titan has a huge, was one of the largest factors. I'd like to get a Stormbird. I'd like to get a couple of the new models, like the Fighter, things like that. So I will probably pick up that Horus Heresy book at some point in the future. But as it stands, I haven't bought a book for quite a while. Games Workshop did a number on me. They kind of put me off buying rule books or books in general by decreasing the amount of time between releases, and that's kind of put me off buying any kind of books at all. I do apologise for all my paint. I'm thoroughly getting into my painting and trying to churn out as many models as I can, but you know what my quality's like. Without that video, I probably wouldn't have got this book. Just nice to say. It set you back £32, which I think is cheaper than both of those other books combined. It's certainly cheaper than the large ones. This is the index, I suppose you call it. I think it's really important that you show the index when you're looking at these books. They don't have the index. I don't think they have the index on Forgeworld's website, and they certainly don't for the new book 5. If they just showed a page with the index of all the units that the book includes, I would strongly believe that people would be a lot more interested in forking out £72, because then they can just go, yeah, is that unit that I've just purchased or bought for a few £100s, is that in there? Yes, it is. Right, that's the book I need to get. But as it stands, they concentrate a bit about the fluff, and they don't really tell you what's in the book on their website, which sucks. You have to kind of look at videos and things like that. So I think this is important. So HQ, you've got Magus Prime, Dominus, Arc Magos, Dracovic, Arc Magos, Inar Satrael. I do apologise if I'm murdering these pronunciations. Magos Reductor, Caleb Decima. Elites, you've got Tech Priest Auxilia, Domitar Class Battle Automator, Man Nipple, I love that. Myrmidon, Secutors, Troops, you've got Ad Secularis Covenant, Thalax Cohort, Skillax Guardian Automator Covenant, Castellx Class Battle Automator Maniple. Fast Attack, you've got Ursarax Cohort, Tarantula Sentry Gun Batteries, Vorax Class Battle Automator Maniple, Crusade Fleet Avenger Strike Fighter, Crusade Fleet Primaris Lightning Strike Fighter, Crusade Fleet Arvest Light Orbital Shuttle. Dedicated Transport, you've got the Triaros Armoured Conveyor, Heavy Support, which is why you're all here. Well, it's not, it's for Lords of War, but no, it's for Titan Legions. I don't know, maybe you're here for all of this. Thanatar Class Siege Automator Maniple, Thanatar Calyx Class Siege Automator, Thanatar Sinis Class Siege Automator Maniple, Macro Carried Explorator. This is the first time I've read any of these, by the way, as you can tell. Krios Battle Tank Squadron, Myrmidon Destructors, Fortifications, you've got the Imperial Castelln Stronghold, which is awesome. Lords of War, you've got the Ordinatus Minoris, Macro Engine, you've got the Mechanicum Indentured Knight Errant, Paladin, Styrics, Magira, You got the Lancer, you got the Cerastus, there's 3 there, not 4. The Lancer, the Castigator, and the Archeron. So if you think that the new one that they've just released is in here for Mechanicum, which looks like a Mechanicum Cerastus Knight, it's not, unfortunately. Legio Cybernetica Appendix, so you've got the Battle Cohort and the Archmagos Dominus. Auto Reductor, you've got War Covenants of the Auto Reductor, the Matrix of Ruin Army Force Organisation Chart, the Magos Reductor, the Auto Reductor Artillery Tank Battery, the Auto Reductor Minotaur Battery, and then the Titan Legions. You've got the Warhound, the Reaver, and the Warlord. So, sorry if that took longer than expected. We'll actually look at the book now. So, it's a lovely looking book for £32. You've got a silver rim, and you've got the a red ribbon bookmark. Firstly, the artwork is absolutely stunning. It's just awe-inspiring for you to buy an army and to start an army. A bit of a forward. You got the contents, which I mentioned. The Taghmata Codex gives you a load of fluff and things, some epic pictures. I am assuming that I can just go through this and show rules and things like that, because Winters has. This book is really, it's just incredible quality, hardback, with a ribbon, silver, and it's just packed full of things. I mean, I don't think it's 300 pages. No, in fact, it's only 120, I think, 130. It is, yeah, about 120 pages, let's just say. So it's not a huge book, it's not like 300 pages or anything like that. You know, it's really nice quality, and it's so cheap for what you get. I mean, I'm sure people would spend £40 on this, but there we go. You got Mechanicum Warlord traits, awesome. How to use the Taghmata Omnissiah army list. You got updated rules for Age of Darkness 40k expansion. You got all these organisation charts, which looks awesome. Allies of the Darkness and the Age of Darkness, which is incredible. So you've got the different allies by the Emperor's or the War Master's command. Distrusted allies, fellow warriors. I think that's really, really cool. The little skulls. Cyberthurgy. Is it like your psychic? I don't know, maybe it's a separate kind of thing. This page must be, it's the thickest page in the whole book. Trying to tear a page apart. So then you got the army list. Oh, these pages are so thick. I'm trying to take that page apart, but it's actually just one page. Well, it's 2 pages. You get what I mean. So you got your Magos Prime. I'm not going to go too much into them, all the tactics or anything like that, because I'm a complete noob at Mechanicum. Go check Winter's video out as well, if you know a little bit about Mechanicum. I'm just going to like list them, go, oh yeah, that looks good, or oh, that looks all right. So as a HQ, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I think they've got Marine equivalent, I suppose. I mean, they're not really. They look points wise and everything like similar to like a captain or a commander. I mean, they've got 3 wounds, toughness 5. I suppose the toughness aspect for this and the save aspect. I mean, he's got Mechanicum Protectiva, which I'm assuming is his armour. So that's why he's got a save 2+. Even just an Magos Primer's got a save of 3+. So that's pretty awesome. Another HQ, a Magos Dominus, a little bit less points. And then you've got, I think he's a special character, Archmagos Dracovac. Another one that's nearly 300 points, this dude. Crazy. I like the layout of this, I must say. I really do like the layout. Got a little picture at the bottom, or big picture here, that's kind of the Inar Satariel. He's not actually in this picture, but I do like this. I mean, I would have liked a picture of what they are, like the new codexes and things. I say new, I mean, obviously the Orc Codex was the first one that did that, and that was last year, about May or June time. So that would have been cool, but it still works the way it does. So he's got a lot of points. I'm going to try and keep this video to about 15-20 minutes, something like that, not too long. And then you got this dude, which is Magos Reductor Calab Decima. He looks alright. He's got so many rules and things. You know, he's caught up in the murderous betrayal at Istvan 3. Spoilers. So yeah, and then Tech Priest. Oh, we're back to elites now. Yeah. So then all of a sudden we're straight into elites, and you've got Tech Priest Auxilia, and you've got a Domitar class Battle Automator Maniple, or Automata Maniple. They look pretty decent. I mean, you've got one, and he's Strength 7, Toughness 7, but he is 175 points. Save 3+, leadership's quite poor, but I suppose they've got this other clergy thing. Myrmidon, saves are 3, but they've got 2 wounds, toughness 5, BS 5. The feel I'm getting from this is their initiative is quite poor for a lot, even for the Magus. They're quite poor, quite slow in close combat, but their weapon skill isn't too bad. But their ballistic skill and their toughness, their wounds and their saves kind of, you know, the strengths, leaderships aren't that good, but I suppose they kind of try and keep them in control, don't they? So they're the Secutors. These are the Ad Secularis Covenant. I mean, after I've read this book and go through it, I'm obviously going to go on Forgeworld's website and just buy hundreds of pounds. No, I'm not. I'm just going to go on Forgeworld's website and just familiarise myself with these units and see what they look like. So you've got these Tech Thralls, infantry. You've got 10 Tech Thralls for 35 points, it seems. And you have another additional 10, and they cost 3 points each. Yeah, they're about as hard as paper, but Strength 4, Toughness 3, yeah, they are pretty poor, but they get a better than a T-shirt save. And their Strength's not too bad, and they've got Feel No Pain, so bring it on. And they've all got they've got Flak Armour, isn't too bad, and they've got Laslocks. I mean, I'll have a look at the weapons and things like that in a while. I'm really looking forward to reading this fully. Then you've got Cataracts Cohort. This is important. So you've got elites there with the Myrmidons, and then straight away you've got troops, so nothing to kind of divide it. So bear that in mind. More troops, these Cataracts Cohorts, which look, yeah, a little bit more tougher. They got Strength 5, Toughness 5, 3 wounds each. The leadership's not too bad, initiative's poor, weapon skill's not too good, and their save is 4+, for 135 points for 3, so you're getting 9 wounds for 135 points. That's not too bad, and they've got a lightning gun, which I'll need to read up on, and they've got a Djinn sight. Do you remember Djinn from Golden Sun on the Game Boy? So they can find those Djinn, finally. No, I'm only kidding. Skillat's Guardian Automata Covenant, and their troops apparently. And you get 4 of them, and they've got 2 wounds each as well, so you've got 8 wounds there for 155 points. And they've got all these funny looking rules and things that you need to go in depth and read about. And then one of these, this is a Castellax Battle Automata Maniple, monstrous creature. I'm assuming it's one of those guys. He's got a Mauler pattern bolt cannon. I've heard of one of those before, they sound quite nasty. Has 105 points. And he's a troop, he's got 4 wounds, toughness 7. I'm getting the feeling that a lot of these units in here, good saves, decent toughness, a lot of wounds, high strength, funky rules, and pretty powerful weapons. I'm liking these, I really am. Dedicated transport, so you've got a Triorus armoured conveyor. I don't know if we've seen the transports or anything like that, I don't know. I don't think it's that train thing, it might be that train thing, I don't know. Who knows? But I'll need to obviously read up on it. And then here's the page break. Then we're on to fast attack. So you've got an Cataracts Cohort, jump infantry. They've got Volkite incinerators. You've got Strength 6, AP 2, melee, instant death, imprisoned. Wow, that sounds pretty cool. Well, here's fast attack. Tarantula sentry gun battery, fast attack. 3 of them for under 100 points, and have more with ridiculously awesome sounding weapons. You can have drop capsules. Wow. Don't know if they've released models for them. And they've got like Hyperius air defense missile launcher, interceptor, heat seeker, skyfire. So heat seeker jinx saves may not be taken. Cool. So you just spend 60 points. 60 points is nothing. You could buy 60 points, get you 4 wounds in total, toughness 6 with a save of 3+. Put them in cover. You get your cover save, and then you've got something that you've then got 2 shots every turn at these ridiculous sentry guns. That's 60 points is nothing. More fast attack. You've got this Vorax class Battle Automator maniple, 65 points. Then you've got a Crusade Fleet Avenger Strike Fighter, front 12, 10, 10, 2. Hull points, 150 points. Yeah, I suppose that's alright. Infrared targeting, they sound pretty cool. And you got this Crusade Fleet Primaris Lightning Strike Fighter. Again, a little bit less points, a little bit less armour, but better ballistic skill. A Kraken Penetrator Heavy Missile, or a Phosphex Bomb Cluster. Electromagnetic Storm Charge, Sun Fury Heavy Missile. These weapons sound bloody awesome, I have to say. Then you got Crusade Fleet Arvest Orbital Shuttle. Bit pointless maybe, I don't know. Then you got then we're into heavy support without any change or anything like that. I would have liked a page that says that's red that says heavy support or something so that we know, but or just change not the colour of the pages but have something at the top, or I don't know. It just feels like you're kind of thrown into the next unit, and I like my kind of page breaks or whatever, but I suppose that's a bit different because they do that in the codexes. Siege Automator again. You got a Thanatar, so almost 300 points, but he's tough. He's got high strength. He's got a lot of wounds. His save is crazy, and he's got these. He's got a Solex pattern heavy las cannon. They are ridiculous. And you got one of these macro carried explorator. Battle tank squadron. Myrmidon destructors. Good ballistic skill, good toughness, a lot of wounds, 3+ saves. And then you got the Castelln Stronghold, so 275 points will get you one of these, and you can get your Hyperius missile launcher and things like that. Each little gun costs some points, so you could quite easily rack that up to 500, 600 points. And there's a nice little advert for it, I suppose. It's nice. Lords of War, Ordinatus Minoris Macro Engine. Oh, that's the train thing. Good armour, a lot of hull points. Whoa, and it's 700 points as well. Indentured, that's a knight errant with some dentures. So it seems like you can just get a knight and have him as a Mechanicum one, and then you can give him things like the Ocular Augmetics and the Blessed Auto Simulacra, I don't know how to pronounce that. You can give him, like his heavy stubber, he's got this biocorrosive rounds. You got normal rounds and then biocorrosive, poisoned, still same amount of shots but poisoned, so 4+, but it's a little bit less range. That's pretty cool. Again, another indentured Knight Paladin instead of the Errant. So he'll have the Questoris Battle Cannon, which is same range, less strength, but 3 shots instead of 2. Less strength, but 3 shots instead of 2. Still same AP, that's interesting. And then you've got an indentured Knight Styrax, which I think is like the one that can have the... swap the Reaper Chainsword for a Hecaton Siege Claw with a Twin Link Rad Cleanser. Sounds pretty awesome. Overtaxed Reactor, sounds awesome. And the Hecaton Siege Claw is just Brecker. That's the only extra thing it's got, it seems. It's got a Volkite... I want to say Chevrolet, but it's a Sheer Revile, and then it's got a Graviton gun, which has got Graviton Pulse special rule. Anyway, so they're those. And then you've got a Maghera, and then you've got a Knight Lancer. Not much change there, looks the same obviously, but you can have different options on there. A Castigator, Archeron, and then Battle Cohort Appendix. See what I mean? Like, if they did that, but like heavy support, that'd unconfuse me, and it'd make each unit a little bit more special. It would bump up the page numbers only by like 4 or 5, nothing really. But if they did that and just had, you know, heavy support and then listed the heavy support options, I don't know. Maybe this is probably why I don't make books. So you've got the Cohort. I'm not going to speak too much about this because, like I say, go check out Winter's video. He goes into this much more in depth than I do. And then you've got a Dominus. And then Reductor, Army List Appendix, which just tells you a bit about it. Force Org, Magus Reductor, so HQ, and then you got the Minotaur battery and the artillery tank battery. I like the artillery tank battery. It's a pretty nice looking model actually. And then the main reason you're all here obviously is because of the Titan Legions. You've got this handsome chap down here, goes through all of it. Straight away, they're all Lords of War, Warhound, Scout, Titan. I'm going to do a separate video on these Titans and compare them to the Apocalypse and actually the old Apocalypse book. So stay tuned for that. Might do it next week, might do it the week after, but stay tuned for that because I think it's important to know the differences. But either way, a few things have changed. Notably, you've got night vision. Notably, they have this towering monstrosity where it can't be locked in combat in assault, so they can just walk around and do whatever, kick you out of the way, and they're immune to haywire, dangerous terrain, psych attacks, other than witchfire powers, and so on. And the fearless thing, God engine, blah blah blah. So I will do a comparison between all of them, but just to show you, you've got Warhound 750. You've got your Reaver Titan, which is 1,475, a little bit less than double Warhound, and then the Big Daddy himself. Look how small the Dorito is there. He's tiny. Doesn't even come up to his kind of ankle really. It's just huge. And yeah, you've got this Big Daddy who's just a strength D anyway, with 30 hull points, and he's 2,750 points, which is just astronomical. Points wise, would I rather have 2 Battle Titans instead of a Warlord? I don't know. Probably it's tough. It's tough to say, but anyway, and that's that. And then you've just got some missions and things like that, which look pretty cool. I like these. They're awesome. War gear and special rules looks awesome. It's going to take me ages to read through all these. And then all the different cannons and weapons. You've got, like, crikey, you've got so many different weapons and things for all the different things. Book 5 Tempest, so that's pretty cool. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got the collector's editions, hardback with the wraparound cover. I don't know whether they've got page breaks. And then you've got the Crusade army list. And then you've got another nice piece of artwork there. This book is incredible. I apologise that it's such a long kind of overview or review. I wanted to do it a bit of justice and get kind of like a noob's perspective on it, because I've never seen this book before or read anything about the army or anything like that. So I wanted to just give you it from my perspective, someone that's not really into this army or knows much about it. So then you've got a contrast then. But like I said at the very start, if you want a more detailed explanation of some of the units and tactics, things like that, go check out Winter's SEO's video on it. From just looking at it now briefly, I'm going to spend a few hours now reading it. It looks like, I mean, for one, everything in this book just sounds cool if you get the pronunciation right. I mean, Ramjet Diffraction Grid, or, oh yeah, I've upgraded him to have ocular augmetics. You know, it just sounds awesome. These weapons, photon thrusters and paragon blade and things like that, just sounds awesome. But from what I've read and had a little look at this book, it just seems like the units have good saves, high toughness, a lot of wounds, some awesome sounding weapons with some funky rules. I mean, painting wise and things like that, I don't think that they're the most interesting things to be painting. I'd much more say like orcs or tyranids or something like that are. I mean, I do like the feel of the Mechanicum, you know, kind of robots and automatons and things like that. I do like that. I like that whole kind of, it's a little bit steampunkish as well, I suppose. I like all that, but painting wise, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of metal colours, and you know, you might get some splashes of red and brass and things like that. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of overview from myself. I said before, I'll be going in depth in the Titan Legion part of the Codex and just comparing that to previous rules and how they've changed, things like that. So join me in that video. Anyway, I hope you found this useful somewhat. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. Thanks for watching. The Emperor protects.